Welcome back to Pop Flashback, everybody. I'm your host, Rick Smalls.
And I'm Tina Boucher.
And today, we're diving deep into King Kong.
Yeah.
But not the big guy himself, but the real-life inspiration to this cinematic giant.
Yes.
So get ready for a wild ride.
It is a wild one.
Because we're about to uncover some fascinating connections between a legendary monster and a real-life adventure.
Yes, we are going way back to 1926.
Okay.
Before King Kong even hit the silver screen.
All right.
So imagine this.
Okay.
A remote island in Indonesia. A team of explorers from the American Museum of Natural History. And a creature thought to be a living dinosaur.
Wait, hold on. Are you telling me they were hunting dinosaurs back then?
Not quite dinosaurs, but pretty darn close.
Okay.
These explorers were on the hunt for Komodo dragons.
Komodo dragon.
Yeah. These massive reptiles were practically unknown to the Western world at the time.
Right.
So you can imagine the buzz when the expedition, led by William Douglas Burden, returned to the States with their findings.
Wow, that must have been a sight. So they brought back these living dinosaurs.
They did.
To New York City. What happened then?
Well, 2 of the Komodo dragons were put on display at the Bronx Zoo.
Really?
Oh, yeah. People were lining up for miles to catch a glimpse of these incredible creatures.
I bet.
It was a sensation. You could say it was the first time a real-life monster had been captured and brought to civilization for the world to see.
Now, here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
The man who wrote the screenplay for King Kong, Merian C.
Yes.
was actually a close friend of William Douglas Burden.
That's right.
I bet he was hanging on to every word of Burden's stories about this incredible expedition.
Absolutely. And if you look at the plot of the original King Kong movie, it's hard not to see the similarities to Burden's Komodo dragon expedition. I mean, you've got intrepid explorers venturing to a mysterious island filled with all sorts of exotic creatures, right? They capture a powerful beast, bring it back to New York City as a spectacle.
And, well, let's just say things don't go as planned.
Sound familiar?
Yeah.
It's like they took the Komodo dragon adventure and gave it a Hollywood makeover. But are there any specific instances where Cooper might have borrowed inspiration from the expedition?
Oh, there are few that really stand out.
Okay.
For one, imagine this, a Komodo dragon locked in a fierce battle with a gorilla.
Oh.
Burden may have shared a story with Cooper about witnessing a scene like that on Komodo Island.
Okay, now that would be an epic battle. A gorilla versus a Komodo dragon. I can see that making it to the big screen.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that might have influenced the movie?
Well, Burden's descriptions of the island's landscape, the lush jungle, the treacherous terrain, they might have directly influenced the look and feel of Skull Island.
Right.
Kong's home in the movie.
Yeah.
It's almost like he painted a picture with his words.
Right.
And Cooper brought it to life on film.
You know, I've always found it interesting that Cooper was so fond of words with a hard K sound.
Really?
Komodo Kong.
It's almost like a subconscious link to the expedition, don't you think?
That's a curious observation. It does make you wonder about the subtle ways in which real-life experiences can seep into creative works.
Yeah, it's fascinating how scientific expedition focused on understanding the natural world could inspire one of cinema's most iconic monsters.
It really is.
But you know what? I think it's time we take a little break.
Well, okay.
Gather our thoughts.
Yeah.
And we'll be right back to explore some even deeper connections between this real-life adventure and the legendary King Kong.
Sounds good.
All right.
I'm ready.
Welcome back to Pop Flashback. We've been on quite the journey so far, tracing those fascinating links between that 1926 expedition to capture Komodo dragons and the birth of the cinematic legend King Kong.
We've seen how the narratives of the expedition and the movie share some pretty striking similarities. The explorers, the remote island, the capture of a monstrous beast, and then, of course, the chaos in New York City.
Yeah, it's almost like Cooper took the blueprint of Burden's Komodo dragon adventure and just transformed it into this blockbuster movie.
Right.
But I'm starting to think there might be like an even deeper meaning behind Kong. I mean, knowing about this real-life expedition and how it kind of fueled the movie, does it change our perspective on King Kong at all?
Oh, absolutely. I think it does.
Is he just a mindless monster, or is there more to him?
I think there's definitely more to him.
Okay.
If we consider the bigger picture here, it makes you think, you know, could Kong be a tragic figure?
Okay.
A creature ripped from his natural world and kind of thrust into a world he doesn't understand.
I see what you mean. Both Kong and the Komodo dragons were taken from their homes, put on display, and essentially exploited for the entertainment of others.
Exactly.
It really makes you think about our relationship with nature and how we perceive and treat the unknown.
It really does. It challenges us to see Kong not just as a monster, but perhaps as a victim of circumstance.
Okay.
A creature displaced and ultimately destroyed by human greed and ambition.
Whoa, I never thought about it like that before. It makes you wonder if the classic line, "Beauty killed the beast," might have more layers than we initially realized.
I think so too.
Yeah.
As if the movie perhaps unintentionally is holding up a mirror to our own behavior, our fascination with the exotic, and the lengths we'll go to for spectacle and entertainment.
When you put it that way, it really adds a whole new dimension to Kong's story.
It does.
It makes you question whether he's the real monster or if it's us.
Right, and I think that's one of the things that makes the movie so compelling even today.
So if we're looking at King Kong through this new lens, how should we approach the film today? Knowing this connection to the Komodo dragon expedition, does it change how we view the story?
I think the beauty of it is that it's open to interpretation. This knowledge adds a layer of complexity and depth to the story, allowing us to appreciate it on multiple levels.
I see what you're saying. On one hand, we can still enjoy the thrilling spectacle of a giant ape battling dinosaurs and wreaking havoc on a city.
Right. But on the other hand, we can view Kong as a symbol of nature's power. A reminder of the consequences of exploiting the natural world for our own amusement. And perhaps even a tragic figure, a victim of human ambition and the desire to control the untamable.
It's truly remarkable how these seemingly disparate threads, a Komodo dragon expedition and a movie about a giant ape, are so intricately woven together.
It really highlights how real-life events can inspire and shape even the most fantastical stories.
That was incredible. Who would have guessed that behind the roar of the mighty Kong, there was a tale of real-life exploration, scientific discovery, and even a touch of tragedy.
It's a reminder that there's always more to discover, even in the stories we think we know so well.
Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the real-life inspiration behind King Kong.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Remember to like and subscribe so you can catch our next deep dive.
And we'll
Catch you next time.